Welcome to From Here, where we discuss what it really takes to lead a great life and a great business, one conversation at a time. I'm Vanessa Oak-Hogan, broker-owner of Century 21 United Realty. This podcast isn't just about real estate, it's about drive, discipline, and the people behind the success stories, from entrepreneurs and innovators to community leaders. I sit down with people I admire to talk about work ethic, business tactics, decision making, and how they're making impact in their own way. Let's get into it. Hi there, Vanessa Oak-Hogan with the From Here Podcast, and I'm excited to be here today. I'm at the Peterborough Memorial Centre at the Hall of Fame, and the reason for this podcast is the Century 21 Lakers season is fast approaching, the lacrosse season. The home opener is happening, I think, the third week of May, and we thought it would be fun to bring on actually 3 Laker alumni to talk about the past and what they're looking forward to in the future, and just some key events that have happened over the years that have formed this organization. This organization is really important to the community of Peterborough. If you attend a game, you will feel the energy in the room. They're passionate fans. It's a ton of fun, and for people that are born and raised in Peterborough, you run into everywhere you turn someone that you've known for years. So happy to be here today. My first alumni is the president of the Century 21 Lakers. This is Ted Higgins. Thank you for being here, Ted.
It's been a pleasure. I'm enjoying it. Can't wait to get started, Vanessa.
I bet. Okay, so I'm going to put my glasses on because you've accomplished so much. I have to read all of the things. You were inducted into this Sports Hall of Fame in 1999. You had a huge lacrosse career. It says over 70 years. This is what I found online. Led to coaching, team owner, bus driver, You took over the Major Series Lakers club in 75 as owner and president, and then you had a brief hiatus, and then back in 94. So there's a lot to this story that I want to dig into. But one of the things I came across when I was reading about you was that you were trained in swimming by Gord Minty.
At the Minty Pool,
yes.
Yes.
At the Minty Pool. So I remember the Minty Pool at the Old Y.
Yes.
And to me, at that age as a child, I didn't know who Gord Minty was, but I read a bit about him. So he, that's pretty cool that he taught you swimming at a young age, 7 years old.
I think it's pretty cool that the Oak family got involved and the Mintys. You're kind of joined together here now. What a great experience that was.
Yeah,
it was. The Oak family and the Minty Pool and the Minty brothers fundraising.
Yeah.
Remarkable.
So you have a big sports past. Swimming was pretty big in your life, I would assume, because you were competing in, it said, the half-mile swim in Mississauga, and you won that race a lot of times.
Yes. Yeah, I enjoyed swimming. I was quite good. Of all the sports I played, none of them very well, but swimming, I excelled at swimming. It was good.
Yeah, good for you. It's good for you. Great sport. I swim too, of course. So let's get into your lacrosse career.
Golly, I don't think you have enough time for that, but
what's your
abbreviations?
Yeah. What's your earliest memory? How old were you when you got into lacrosse?
I was 13. Kenny Rattan and I were very good friends, and we got on our bicycles down to Monaghan Road and rode up Monaghan Road down the tracks to the Miller Bowl, and I got there with Kenny. First time I was going to sign up for the lacrosse team. It was a band of all-stars, I think.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a goaltender. And me, with no experience, said, "Hey, kid, you're new. You get the pads on. You're the goalie tonight."
Oh, geez.
So that's where I got started.
And did you always stay in net?
I did, unfortunately. I wasn't very good at it, but I held the fort a few times.
Yeah. And that led to, so you were playing recreationally, and then you got into playing on the team at some point. And
I never really left it. I enjoyed the crowd. The people were wonderful. The players and executive referees. It was just a great experience from start to finish.
So back then, that was decades ago, was lacrosse really big right from the get-go in Peterborough?
It was
When you were
very
getting
big.
into
In the
it?
50s, Peterborough won 4-man cups, and they played at Miller Bowl, and Miller Bowl was an outdoor box.
Yeah.
And it would hold pretty near 4,000 people way back then. That was a
Wow.
lot of people, and
Yeah.
a huge turnout. Of course, in the 50s, no television, and
Yeah.
it was the only game in town for sure. It was certainly a community effort. I mean, 4,000 people in Peterborough then was a lot of people.
So forgive me, is Miller Bowl on Elmer? No.
It's where
Park?
the plaza is, where Miss Diana Restaurant used to be.
Oh, okay.
Market Plaza, yes.
Yeah.
And then we had the Canada Packers across the road right on the lake where they used to slaughter the animals there and
Yeah.
dump the stuff in there. So playing outdoors was not very much fun back then. If it rained, you rained out, and early
Okay.
in the spring and summertime, you'd battle the flies and the mosquitoes. And along come the smell of the packing, the
geez.
packing house. Well, it was quite an event to come to Peterborough to Miller Bowl.
But people still came.
By the hundreds, fantastic.
Was there like vending, like food and that kind of thing?
They
like,
had
was that
hot
type
dogs
of
and
event?
so on,
Yeah.
but they had a couple of fellows, community guys. One was Joe McGuire. Joe used to walk around and he'd sell Cracker Jacks, 10 cents a box, 10 cents a box. And of course, if you stood up in the stands, Joe would say, Cracker Jack, 10 cents, and you throw the 10 cents in the hat. And if you missed the hat, of course, they had floorboards with cracks in them.
Oh, you
and
can't
the
get
diamond
your.
would go down the crack.
Need
Another
to throw
10
another one.
cents before you hit a Cracker Jack. So just some funny things that happened way back then.
It's a great memory. So you've been on both sides, player and president now. What side of the team do you like being on the best?
Well, truly the playing part of it was very good. I was able to get on a Middle Cup team, a Canadian Championship
Yeah.
team. That was quite an experience. The camaraderie of the fellows that played, it never leaves you. It stays with you your whole life. But I've enjoyed the other part of it, the business part of it, putting people in the seats, creating a team that's going to be competitive. That's a huge challenge. That puts you 24 hours a day when you're in the business. It's all about winning and putting people in the seats to be successful.
Yeah. So you wear a lot of hats in this role.
Yeah. Somebody had to do it. I'm so proud to be part of it and
Yeah.
get the job done. You know, I'm a lucky guy. We as individuals all have projections and desires, and we all want to be successful. And not all of us get to that point. We all do the effort with our different commitments. But I was very fortunate. My dream all came true, so I'm very
Yeah.
blessed to have that happen.
Yeah. And everyone's grateful that you have been in this role. What do you look for in a player? Is there something you see that you think, okay, this person's going to fit on this team, or, are there specific things you look for?
I think the player himself, he'll determine where he wants to be.
Okay.
And people on the other side are looking to convey with the player and get him signed up just to watch his actions, to converse with him, see what kind of an individual he is, and what his objectives are. That's very important that you read the other person as best you can.
Yeah. Have you ever had to say no to a player because you didn't think they would fit the culture of your organization?
Well, every year you have to say no to somebody because you always have multiple tryouts.
Right.
People want to be part of it.
It's tryouts.
You put the team first and pick your best 20 and was sorry, but give them some alternatives and hopefully they'll get better and they'll reapply again another year to get another crack at it.
Yeah. And how much are you involved in the coaching of the team?
We do no coaching at all. Our executives we meet with the coaches a couple of times a year, but we give them full control and they're accountable, and we're most happy with our coaches the last few years.
And that's just as important, selecting the right coaches, as getting the players, right?
Truly, we feel they know more about it than we do. We're past it. We're just trying to
You're
keep
the
this
business side of things?
Yeah, keep the business rolling along. And Michael Hazen does an excellent job with player recruitment. He's a great individual.
Good at recruiting. And then would you say that the organization has certain values that you follow, or?
Well, our values are keeping our sponsor happy, success. That's our first one, and basically the rest of the program is all about the people in the stands and the people that are on the floor, and of course our great list of volunteers. It's most important that we keep everybody on the same page and everybody happy.
It's a huge group effort, a huge community effort. Are you finding the interest in the sport has maintained at the same level as it was in the past, or?
Well, we're very fortunate here. We're one of the hotbeds in Canada, probably one of the best franchises in Canada. Mainly that's driven by the people that are part of the association, players, management, and of course our sponsor in it, and the people that sit in the seats and pay their $10 to come and watch a game. That's very important.
So you ran a business during a lot of the time where you've been running a team. How do you do it all? I get the sense you don't really slow down very much, or you didn't back then.
I wasn't. I didn't take many days off.
Yeah.
And from dawn to dusk, all the time running my flooring business. That was quite a challenge. I had the biggest business between Toronto and Ottawa.
Oh, really?
Over the years, yes. Nobody was.
So you had locations in between Toronto?
No, but I covered an area. There was nobody as big as Higgins flooring then. But I think go to bed at night, you dream about lacrosse and not about the hockey. It was quite a challenge. It gets in your blood. You either have it or you don't have it. And I have it.
So you had a passion for business and a passion for lacrosse. Life, I think, too.
Yeah, life has been good, very exciting, and very fulfilling for me. I've had a lot of things I've accomplished, and I'm most proud. And I'm most proud of the people that I've run into in my lifetime. They've been great, and it's just been a super ride.
Yeah, you've had a lot to be proud of.
Yes.
And I think you're known for your optimistic outlook.
Well, that's kind of nice. I think we all have to be optimistic.
Yeah.
Life is quite a game, and if we don't have little, we have to strive for the best. And life, kind of day-to-day thing, we have to have a dream and a fulfillment and a desire to get from A to B. Mm-hmm. God, I'm starting to sound like a preacher here now.
No, but because you mentioned, I don't think it's private that you're dealing with Parkinson's. And
yes, I've had Parkinson's for about 7 years now, and we're able to battle with it. It's kind of a daily thing that goes on, but I talk about being a proud person. I joined the association here about 7 years ago, and they have a block walk, a super walk every year in September, and they have a half a dozen or a dozen different little teams that try to raise money for Parkinson's Canada.
Okay.
They asked me when I joined, Ted, come and join our group. Would you join our group, Ted? I said, no, I know a lot of people here, and I'm going to see what I can round up for myself and the party. My very first year, I was number one in Canada for fundraising. I raised my team, my wonderful friends. We raised $36,000.
Amazing.
Now, over the last 5 or 6 years, it carries on. My total is a little bit over $86,000. I hope to get to 100 before we call it quits. So, yeah, the Parkinson's been a battle, but I'm delighted to get on board and get some money into the coffers. It's been great
good for you. Great work. So maybe my last question would be, how do you stay so positive with challenges like this? Is there something you do to make sure you're positive every day? Or maybe it's not positive. Maybe it's just some days you're getting through, but I think maybe it comes naturally to you, but I'm just curious.
That's a very good question. As human beings, we all have objectives. We all get depressed. Yeah. We all think high and we all think low.
100%.
I think you take a day at a time and appreciate where we are at the very moment, what you did yesterday and the day before and how things went, and say, hey, this is better than the alternative. So take a deep breath, have another sip of coffee, and away we go again. The idea is to think, be blessed and be thankful for what we have at the present time, and run with it. Run with it. Go run as fast as you can and as far as you can, and be kind to other people.
I love that. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate your time.
It's been a great chat.
Thank you for everything you're doing.
Go Lakers.
Go Lakers. Thank you. Hey there. So my next alumni is Carm Collins. Thanks for being here, Carm.
Nice to be here.
I've got a list of your accomplishments that I just need to read off because I couldn't
I'd like
remember
to hear
all
them.
of them. Okay. So, incredible sports career. Man Cup captain, 1973. Does that sound right?
Sounds right.
Captain of the National Lacrosse League champion, Philadelphia Wings, 1974.
Yes.
World
Yes.
Field Lacrosse champion, captain, 1978. And on that team, so you guys won the Worlds.
Won the Worlds.
That's a big deal.
Yes.
And John Grant Sr. was on that team,
Yes.
Jim Wasson, Tim Barry, and Sandy Lynch,
Yes.
apparently.
Yes.
So that was an American team you guys went down to play in the States?
No, it was World. No, we played. It was in England.
Oh, that was, okay.
Yeah, it was in England. The World. They have them every 3 or 4 years. Is it 4 years? I'm not sure, Daddy. There.
So, sorry, that was the Canadian
It
team.
was it was the World. We played in England.
Yeah.
It was Australia, States, Canada. That's 3.
Mm-hmm.
New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah, Australia.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
What an
was-
experience.
It was great. Yes. Yeah. We had got beat. The States had never lost a game in World competition. It was field lacrosse, of course. We're box lacrosse players
Right.
playing field lacrosse, but we had a number of outstanding All-American players that played box lacrosse, but had gone down to the States to play on scholarships to play field lacrosse. So we had the best in the game. They're Canadians, but they were the best in the field lacrosse games.
What an experience.
Yeah, yeah.
How old would you have been then? 20?
62. No. I was probably about the oldest guy around. I was 30.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. No, 32.
Okay.
Because I was born in 46. So you
Fun
do the math there,
experience.
too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Ontario Lacrosse Hall of Fame, 97, and you're inducted to this Sports Hall of Fame in 93.
Okay.
So lots of accomplishments.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And we have a history. So you're a retired realtor.
Very much so.
You were
Very
with-
much so.
yeah.
Yes.
So many
Your dad,
layers.
yes. I spent a lot of times in that office, and I couldn't have been treated better.
Aw.
Too. And it's nice to see that he couldn't get anybody else to run that business because he was as good as there was in the city. And for a number of years, he wanted to sell it, but he couldn't get anybody to until he got you.
Yeah, it was lucky
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me that he didn't sell it.
It was there too, and lucky for everybody that's in my 2 nephews.
Yes.
Cole and Ryan Murray are
Yeah.
very good salesmen in your place.
They're
there, too,
amazing. Yeah.
and I hear nothing but good things about you running
Well,
that show there.
Thank
too,
you.
so,
I
yeah,
appreciate that.
very much so.
And we were just talking earlier, you were good friends with my uncle, Jeff Nichols.
Oh, one of my best friends, of
Yeah.
course. Spent a lot of dinner parties at him and Maureen's place.
Oh, so much fun, I'm
So,
sure.
Never stopped.
And Nicolini's.
Never stopped. And miss that place as
Me
so many
too.
people do.
Oh, yeah. I have such good memories of that
Oh,
place.
yes.
And we miss him so much.
Yes, for
yeah.
sure.
And my son and your grandson are good
Yes,
friends. So, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Lots
they
of
used
connections.
To sneak in up through the alleys there, too, back
Yeah.
and forth, 10 o'clock. There were kids, 12, 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
And there'd be 10 o'clock at night. They'd be going from your place to my daughter's place.
I
and
know.
And vice versa. Had a lot of fun.
And that's our other connection. Your daughter Kim and I went to high school together, and
Yes,
we
yes.
met when we were both captain of the safety patrol
That's right,
at
yes.
each of our schools. So we had to go to Ottawa, stayed at Carleton to get trained on how to be a captain of the safety patrols. And that's when I first
And
met her.
very successful outcome, too.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. I've talked to Ted a bit about the past and in lacrosse, but what was your first memory of lacrosse, I guess?
Well, I was at Miller Bowl, as Teddy had said there. There was, it's a shame. I never was aware that they built that. And it was only for 4,000 people, and it was only 10 years.
Oh, that's it.
And they tore it down. How ridiculous could that be? There too. So
It's too
I was
bad.
never aware of that till later on. But as I think in a 10-year-old, we played lacrosse there. They had, I think Ronnie J was there the first year that I was there too. So
Yeah.
Peterborough boy that went out west, and as a number of them did, went out to play out west, out in lacrosse there too. But we would play between periods. They had this lacrosse school there, played a little bit, and then between periods. When the big team was playing, that we would, as 9 or 10-year-olds, we would play between periods, which was a big deal.
Yeah.
The exposure.
Fun.
Then they said that they tore it down in '57 there too, and what a shame. I couldn't believe 10 years and.
Yeah.
They built that place and tore it down 10 years later. So
Yeah, what a shame.
what a shame. It really was. Quite an experience in that. There's a beautiful picture around here there, too, I see. Is it right there, Teddy? A beautiful picture showing with all the lights there, was really lovely.
Yeah. So it makes me think of growing up in Peterborough and how it was so different back then. Like, what do you think's changed, or what do you remember about Peterborough back then that's different now?
I don't know. Just I don't remember. Well, again, every day walking from I live in O'Connell Road, walking up to the Civic Arena, or Miller Bowl there too, and
What's the Civic Arena?
well, that was where what are they building there right now? They're building right across from.
On Park Street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they building? I'm not sure what they're doing.
You know
but
what?
That
I should
Civic
know.
Arena was
Yeah.
was the only arena in town there.
Like an outdoor arena?
No, indoors. That's where everything was played. That's
Oh.
where.
I'm
before
thinking
they
of a
built the
different
Memorial
spot.
Center, that was the
Okay.
only arena.
Okay.
So everything, all the minors,
Everything
all
happened
the
there.
seniors, everything went on there.
Yeah.
The Man Cup they played in there, and was '66, I guess, when they was played in the Civic Arena. It held, I think, jammed in there. I think they put 2,000 people
Nice.
in there at one time.
Yeah.
So, but that was where all the minor hockey and all the minor lacrosse was played
Yeah.
forever and ever and ever.
So as kids back then, you didn't have phones in your pockets, so you were
Nope.
outside more, you were playing sports more probably.
Was
and
never inside until it got dark.
Yeah.
And you had to be, and that's all there too. But
Yeah.
you had something to eat. You're out first thing in the morning and home for lunch, and out all afternoon, and home for supper, and then out all as long as you could be all night. So
Yeah.
had 8 o'clock curfew at 5 to 8. You had to run a couple of miles to get home by 2 or 3 minutes after.
It's so different today.
It's so different.
Yeah.
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 Well, I shouldn't say. I guess they have a lot of fun too.
They do.
I would assume anybody having a lot of fun there too. So
Mm-hmm.
sure, growing up, regardless, you are a product of your environment, and
Yeah,
you do
you
what
are.
you got to do to have a lot of fun.
100%.
Yeah.
So you played hockey as well? Did I
Yeah, I
notice?
played hockey all the way up. Yes. yeah,
St.
too.
Pete's and
No. I was at St. John the Baptist.
I
there,
saw
too.
something about St. Pete's
Oh,
team or
no,
something.
I played, well, that was high school there too. I went to St. Pete's High School for a
Oh, you
year
did.
till- a
And
year
then you
till
went
they
to
threw me
Kenner?
out. Then I
They
went to
threw you
Kenner.
out?
Oh, that was thrown out at St. Pete's and actually in first year in grade 9 for a couple of months and went down
Uh-oh.
to Kenner. Went down to Kenner in grade 11 because they thought I would better off with my hands than my mind.
Oh.
There were two shops, which was even worse, and they threw me out of there.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
too. So that was enough.
They
for
didn't
me.
know what they were doing.
They really didn't know that.
No,
too.
look
I
at
tried
you.
to tell them that they're too, but they still don't listen to me.
Yeah. So when did you get into real estate? How old were you?
Well, we had played lacrosse, 74 and 75. 73, we won the Man Cup here,
Yes.
the Lakers. 74 and 75, the lacrosse was going really well all around, so they started the Pro League in 74. And everybody from our senior team went somewhere, Boston, Montreal, Philadelphia. Bobby Allen coached our team. My brother Mike and I played in Philadelphia. And there
Oh.
was about 10 of us, Johnny Grant, there too.
Yeah.
So it was 74, it was in Philadelphia there too. So I was the only one. I quit my job at the GE.
Oh.
And I wouldn't have, except they treated me pretty good. They looked after me to
Mm-hmm.
go down to, everybody else flew in and out
Okay.
from the Peterborough airport
Oh,
for the
wow.
games. Yes,
Wow.
there too. I quit my job. I went down and lived there from 74 and 75. So,
Nice.
yes,
You
yeah.
enjoy that, I'm sure.
Well, I'm a Peterborough boy, and I've enjoyed Peterborough all my life and never
Yeah.
had any incline to move anywhere, but
Right.
went down there without any, well, a choice, of course. I went down there and stayed there, and I was down there for a little while, and I thought, this is my home. I can live here.
Really?
Well, they treated me real good. You know,
Yeah.
everybody. Philadelphia is a great city. It's
Yeah,
one
I've
of the
never
great
been.
cities. It's a great city, as evident by, you know, their ball teams and their hockey teams. And
Yeah.
actually, somebody said the lacrosse team, somebody was telling me the other day that this is going to be the final year for the pro
Oh, okay.
lacrosse in Philadelphia. It's been there since 74.
That's too bad.
And somebody said they were losing. I think Cole Murray.
Oh, okay.
He's my nephew, of course.
Yeah.
He was saying that I think this is the last that they've announced that the franchise was not going to
Yeah.
come back for
That's
next
too
year.
bad.
So yeah, it is too bad.
Changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you moved back, that's when you got
That's
into
when I got into real estate.
Yeah.
Gary Warren, who was married to, he was the manager at Gray Monroe.
Okay.
Before it wasn't Century 21 at the time.
It was-
Gray Monroe, Merv Gray, and Freddie Monroe.
Right.
And Gary Warren was the manager at the office at the time. So I came back. I had spent 10 years in the G. I knew I didn't want to go back into a factory. I had to have a job. And Gary, married to my cousin, Joanne Guerin.
Okay.
her
Right.
too. And he said, want to come back? We were good friends too, there too. And he said, take the real estate. He took me by the hand, took me up and enrolled me in the up at Sir
course?
Sanford and the course there too. And 5 weeks later, I
There you
started
go.
selling real estate. And it's been a treat. Well,
Yeah.
I've been retired, of course, but it was a real pleasure for me. I didn't have to dig ditches then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There too. So that's all I was qualified for. So
Yeah.
the real estate was a pleasure. The Peterborough people in Peterborough treated me like gold, and
Yeah. Good.
so.
Was it a big office then? The Gray Monroe office?
No, there was there was 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
That's all there was back then. Your dad they were up on Water Street, Oak
Oh,
Water Maker,
yeah.
you know, and I think they had 6, 7, 8, 9, you know, that
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah.
It was nothing. No, it's obviously. What do you have now? Do you have 80 or 90 or?
I have 135.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I'm
Amazing.
small potatoes to some Toronto brokerages, but yeah,
Well,
for
yes.
Peterborough, it's big.
Well, for me, like I said, because they operated on with 12, 14, 15 people
Yeah.
for a lot of years. So
Yeah, I think it's changed a lot.
Big time.
Yeah,
Big time.
but you had a
yes.
lot of fun, a lot of great years.
Nobody had more fun.
Yeah.
No, great job, sure.
I think the
We're born
70s and
tonight.
80s people were a little bit more relaxed about things.
A lot more. That's right, too, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's great.
Well, I'm sure you're enjoying it yourself, you know. there
I
too.
am.
You
I love
took
the
a lot-
business.
Yeah. Everybody loves the business. Everybody isn't successful.
No,
They wish they were, but,
yeah,
you know, there too. But everybody loves it.
yeah. There's a lot of different things to think about, and no day's the same. Everything's
Every day, you know, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. So we were talking earlier. You're not one that comes to the games every week when we're in season, but you do come every now and then, and you enjoy that, I guess.
Well, I
and-
enjoy always there too. You're running with the people, you know, there too. Was I was never once for going. Well, I spent my whole life going to the rink, whether it's hockey, whether I played ball, you know, whether I played lacrosse. I spent my whole life going, so I was never a big fan there
You were
too.
wanting to play.
I wanted to play and be
Yeah.
part of it there too. So I just never did. You couldn't give me tickets to go to a Blue Jay game or to go up to a, you know, elite game or something. It doesn't interest me to go there. If I would really want to watch a game, I'll watch it on TV.
Yeah.
And watch it all
At
there
the
too.
comfort of your home.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it never interests. Although those Lakers there too, you know, when did the Lakers start back? Like the first year I played was '68, and that was a year of a pro league also. They had
Okay.
Peterborough, Detroit, Montreal, and Toronto, and there was 4 teams out west, and we had an interlocking schedule with them there. That was '68, and that's the first year I played,
Okay.
and that was the first year I think it was the Lakers.
Okay.
Because there was
I
the
don't
Pepsi,
know the answer
there
to
was
that.
the Pepsi Pete's. They won the Man Cup in '60.
Oh.
They won the Man Cup in '66, And at 67, they got beat there too. Then that was the Man Cup. That was but then in 68 was the Pro League. And I don't know who come up with the name, but I'm pretty sure the Lakers were the first.
Okay.
68 was the first year of the Lakers. Then until 73, then we won the Man Cup, and then the Pro League started again, in Philadelphia. Then there was no lacrosse. Here, 74 and 75 was the Pro League, and then they came back. When it folded, everybody was coming back to the OLA and CLA, and then the OLA wouldn't allow any ex-pros to play lacrosse. So there was no lacrosse here.
Okay.
In 74, 75, 76, 77. Then they came back in 78, but they came back as the Red Oaks.
Oh.
So I don't know what to tell you. Well, he's gone there now, but I was wondering then when the Lakers came back, because 78 was the Red Oaks.
Okay.
And they won the Man Cup there too, but I don't know when the Lakers resumed again.
Yeah, I'll have to find out.
Yeah,
I don't
find
know.
out.
Too bad Ted left.
Yeah.
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 So if you could have the ear of the players this year, do you I don't know if this is your thing or not, but what would you tell them on, advice from a former player? I know they all play now too, but.
Yeah, I don't have too much advice for anybody, anywhere,
No?
anytime. No, I was never one to give advice there, too, and I was never very good at receiving it, and either, for the most part, too. So
Yeah.
I think, you've got a pretty good system. Again, Teddy's gotten there, too, but nobody's done more for the game. I'm not kidding. They have him and maybe Bobby Allen or a couple of people, there, too, but nobody's done more. I was shocked. I used to go down to the game when my daughter, when she was about 14 or 15, we'd go down to the games here. 300-400 people, there too for the longest time. We'd set up there in the ones. Yeah, that's all.
Oh, wow.
Nobody. And then Teddy got involved.
Okay.
And I was shocked, but he's been involved his whole life.
Yeah.
I mean, his whole life with hockey. He was with hockey there too. He almost sponsored the league, the city league. There was always the church league, and then he's sort of got involved and we got the city league going, was another league. Minor sports there too, and then and lacrosse, of course, with the junior team, and he drove the bus, like you said there, everything. He did everything. He owned it, drove the bus, spent a lot of dough,
Yeah,
looking at for things.
I get
Hiring
the
guys
feeling.
to do his floor sanding there too, so.
Right.
But then later on, then I don't know when he got involved, and I thought he can only do so much. But he made this a real lacrosse town again there too. When you get got full houses, and I was very, very surprised that somebody could do that.
Right.
But he did it all on his own there too.
Yeah.
So and still does there too. Now he has a lot of help there too. But but he did all this on his own. So I don't know when the Lakers came back. As I said, when they did come back, when senior lacrosse came back here in 78, and they won the Man Cup, they were the Red Oaks. So I don't know when, I don't know if they, Red Oaks continued, sponsoring.
Yeah.
I don't think too much there too. So when it came back as the Lakers, I don't know there too. So
The Red Oak was the sponsor back then? The
they
Red
were
Oak Inn?
The Red Oak Inn, exactly.
That was another legendary spot in Peterborough, right?
It was quite a spot.
Yeah, beautiful location.
Yeah, we've had a lot of those.
I know. Yeah.
Mom's word.
Okay, so last thing. I hear you make a mean pasta tomato sauce.
Well, it's always, I grew up eating it. We grew up eating it, I eat it 4 or 5 times a week there.
Do you?
Well, I used to eat it more, but I've cut down, there too. So
Yeah.
I grew up, every Monday and Thursday when we went to school, every Monday and Thursday, I can never remember not a Monday and Thursday, we had macaroni at our house. We had a big lunch, but my mother could cook it, and all my mother's sisters, we all cook it. And Friday, when you couldn't have meat, we'd have pasta fazool, with the macaroni with the beans without the meat,
Nice.
But we ate it all the time there too. And then I got married. My in-laws, they're Italian, they're two Moreno's there.
Yes.
I mean, they had it Sunday and Wednesday.
Oh, so you were just eating it every day?
I never ate it every day. So I learned after a while, when I was on my own, my mother would make me sauce. They're not enough for a week or two, or
Nice.
then I said, well, I tried to learn it myself, and so it turns out pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I heard it's great.
Yeah, good.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And it was great to feature you. And
Vanessa, it's always nice to see, and you've done a fine job taking over from your dad and with this team there too. It's a part of Peterborough.
Yeah.
It's a part of their history, always will be, and you've been a good leader. So.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, congratulations.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for inviting me down.
Thanks, Carm.
Okay.
Okay, we have our final guest from the Lakers organization today, Pete Dalliday. You are the Director of Community Engagement and Partnerships.
That's it.
Did I get it right?
That's
I was
the
like,
title.
I'm not going to remember this title.
You did.
Plus another million things that you do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, there's a lot to do, but that's my title, my main role. But yeah, I wear a lot of hats for sure.
Yeah, and it's been a little over a year. You were saying you've been in this role and you're enjoying it?
Love it. I mean, I get to come to the rink every day, and there's
Yeah.
always something going on, whether that's the Pete's being here during the winter, and that helps me get through the winter months a little bit, just that they're
it's
around.
a little quiet right now when I walked in here.
Yeah, though they're testing fire alarms later,
Yeah.
so we're getting in this just in time. But no, I mean, it's had you told me when I was 8 or 9 years old that I'd be coming to the Memorial Center every day for my job, I mean, I would have maybe not believed it, but taken that and run with it. So yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, and you've followed in your father's footsteps very closely, I would say. You've got a TV, radio broadcasting history, commentator history. You're a Laker player, and now this, right?
Yeah, you know something about that.
Yeah.
We have that in common.
I know. Yeah, it's crazy.
You know, when you grow up in something, as you know, and it looks neat, and you see how rewarding it is, you know, for your parents, whoever that, whether it's your mom or your dad, in our cases, our dad sort of thing. You're like, hey, that might be pretty neat to do. And, you know, he never pressured me into getting into the business, you know.
But you grew up in it, and you were just like, you absorb all the things, even though you don't realize you are, I think.
You don't notice it, but you're learning the whole time, right? So it's like a free education.
I assume you were pretty close to your dad.
Oh, well, physically close as well, because we spent 15 years together on the road.
Yeah.
Traveling with the Pete.
That's amazing.
That's a lot of time in a small space sometimes. So you get to know them pretty good. But
you must be so grateful for that.
Yeah. And then I would also come here during, just like you would go to the office probably and hang out for hours with your dad. I would come here to the Memorial Center, because really that was his office in a way.
Yeah.
Or up to the old station up at the hill and spend lots of time at Chex TV and sneaking into like episodes of Campus Quiz and watching all that fun stuff as a kid, right? And then back then there was always a lot of celebrities coming and going from the station, like that were in town, and they'd bring them up there. So, you know, everything from musicians to like meeting like people from the Young and Restless who would come in.
Oh, very cool.
Like it was just like this is kind of a cool thing. So yeah, there was always something going on up at that hill. That, you know, you could do a whole podcast one day just on the hill where Chex TV and the 2 radio stations were. It was a cool place.
Yeah, the campus, what was it called?
Campus Quiz.
Campus Quiz.
Yeah. And my dad had a show called Sports Beat, which was very similar to this setup. He was kind of almost ahead of his time a little bit. Like he would do one-on-one interviews up there on a set.
Podcast.
Very similar to this. Yeah, like really.
Very cool.
So yeah, we were close, and you know, he passed in 2018.
Yeah.
But which is weird, because COVID kind of like, it doesn't seem that long.
Yeah.
COVID kind of like washes out a couple
time
years.
Warp.
Yes, exactly.
Somehow,
so,
yeah.
No, all good.
Yeah. And I was going to mention this later, but since we're on the topic of your dad, you've got your tournament coming up again this year.
Yeah.
In August.
Yeah, the Gary Dalliday Memorial at the Peterborough Golf and Country Club.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's already selling fast. And we raise money for community care. Which
is that what you always raise money for, or is it different?
Since day one, yeah, since day one, my nephew Nicholas volunteered there, doing a co-op sort of thing.
Okay.
And he got my dad involved, and he did Meals on Wheels, not all, you know, a couple times a year. He wasn't a regular driver by any means, but so that's why we picked that. There was a connection there. They do a good job.
Amazing
They do
job,
a lot of the work.
Yeah.
And I think we raise about $20,000 a year for community care. And you know, it's just not Peterborough. It sort of extends to Buckhorn and sort of the Ennismore. They have offices and sort of take care of people there too. So it's sort of the whole area, which is important, right? So
I think you probably feel the same as I do. It's important to keep your dad's spirit alive, right? And having an event like this helps.
Yeah. That's part of it. Part of it is, it's an easier sell. If I were to have a Pete Dalliday golf tournament, we wouldn't have half the crowd, right? So
I don't know about that.
We're using
You're
his
a big
name
deal.
a little bit and his image a little bit for sure.
Yeah.
It helps.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So Carm was just on, as you know, and we were talking about trying to figure out how the name, the Lakers, it came and went, and it started out, you said it was called the Pepsi Pete's?
Yeah, well, one year it was, the Pepsi Pete's, and we're trying to bring that back this year because 40 years, well, hang on, 50, I'm not good in math, Vanessa, but 1966, so we're talking 60 years ago now. That's crazy. Is that right? 60 years ago?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
They won the Mann Cup, and they were known as the Pepsi Pete's that year. Pepsi sponsored them. So we're going to pay tribute to that team. Unfortunately, some are gone now from that team. But and then the team went kind of pro there was like a transition where the team was in a pro league for a couple of years. So I think they went back to the Lakers, and then there was a couple of years they didn't have a team in the 70s.
Right.
And then in 1978, things started to change again. They became known as the Peterborough Red Oaks, sponsored by the Red Oak Hotel, which you would remember well.
Yeah.
It was a great spot.
Great spot.
It was a hub downtown
and
Peterborough.
The Peterborough Square.
Oh.
Trust me, people that aren't from Peterborough Square was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we had Sneaky Pete's, we had
Eaton's,
and the
Baskin Robbins.
Yeah, that was the place because we're the same age basically.
Yeah,
that was the place to see and be seen, right?
Totally.
On Saturday or any day really, but the Red Oak was right there, which is now one of the gardens.
Retirement
I
residence.
get them all confused.
Yeah,
it's,
I forget if it's called Princess or.
I think it's Princess Gardens.
Yeah,
but it was a big sponsor. They won, I think, I don't know if you can see it or not, but in the background, that's the 78 team. And they went back to those traditional Laker colors of the yellow and the green, which they wore a lot.
Okay.
The next year, for some crazy reason, they switched to black and red. I'm assuming that was the Red Oak chain, the hotel colors.
Yeah. Okay.
Which was a little random. Mm-hmm. And then Quaker Oats came in as a big industry and factory in town, and they were known as the Quakers for most of the 80s into the early 90s. When I came in to play at a junior, they were the Quakers, but then switched to the Lakers, I think, the next year. And have been known as the Lakers ever since about 1993, I'm going to say.
And Century 21, Gray Monroe was a sponsor at one point. That's the old jersey there.
That's the old jersey there. They sponsored, I believe, the Junior A Lakers.
Oh, okay.
For many years in the 70s and 80s.
Okay.
Yeah, and they won a lot of Minto Cups, I think, as the Century 21. So that brand, between Man Cups and Minto Cups, probably close to a dozen as the Century 21 Lakers. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool.
It's great history. So
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're busy working on, I think year round, you're working on this upcoming season. What have you been working on? What are you looking forward to?
Looking forward to just playing games again. It's a long season, off season. Like we haven't played since late August last year. So it's just chomping at the bit to see the people come back into the rink, see the players back and try and get to where we need to get on the floor or over the top and beat Six Nations and Brooklyn to be good this year. And everyone's getting stronger. So I'm just looking forward to seeing some of the things we've been working on in the off season. Some of the fun activities, some of the live music that we have planned. We're trying to get people down to the rink earlier so they can enjoy a bit more of the atmosphere. Summer's built for that. It's a little tougher for the Pete's to do that because it's winter for the most part. So we have a great time of year, in terms of weather to enjoy the outside and get people to the rink. So we're looking forward to just seeing people again into the Lock and Lansdowne Memorial Centre here. Yeah.
So I've seen that in the past where you will do it for the home opener. There'll be music playing, food vendor maybe. Yeah. So that's what you want to do at every game this year? Every home game?
Our goal is all 9 home games is to have music out front.
Okay.
Kind of working with the venue on that, and they will kind of set up the setup for us.
Okay.
That's what they do. Mm-hmm. And then have local artists every single home game.
Oh, cool.
Like last year was a hit. We had Jason Dunn on our Irish night, and he just rocked it outside. Yeah. It was amazing. Yeah. We had Ty Wilson, who did country night and Irish Millie. And they were, the feedback we got it just created a really fun vibe. So we're going to do that out front. And for the people that kind of enter like on this east side or like the PMC suite holders, we want to add a bit more atmosphere at those entry points too, and just have a bit more fun going on out there. But the main event, will be out front for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that'll be great.
Yeah, we're excited. Like Music Fest just announced their first couple dates, with Gowan and Dwayne Gretzky, and we're trying to work with them a little bit as well to sort of coordinate maybe a theme, like on a Wednesday night, maybe they're having a retro artist, so maybe on the Thursday we will as well, and kind of like, if we can draw more people to Peterborough, if it's an excuse for them to come into town and spend some money here. They can hit Music Fest on a Wednesday and a Lakers game on a Thursday and something in between,
Stay at the Holiday Inn for a night or any of the other hotels.
Can't stay at the Red Oak. It is closed.
Unfortunately. Yeah. And you're a North Ender, of course.
We the North End.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we, you grew up right from the get-go?
Yeah, Hilliard Street and then Fallis Drive.
Yeah.
My mom and dad built the first house on Fallis Drive.
Oh, wow.
You know where that is?
Yep.
Off of Hilliard. And then we moved to Leighton Road. That's where we spent most of our time. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and you?
So my parents moved. We grew up in the South End.
Okay.
I know Carm was talking a little bit about the Outdoor Bowl, and my grandparents lived on Romaine Street. And I grew up a lot at their place.
Nice.
And so I would go up to the Outdoor Bowl. And we also lived on Park Street briefly, like 3 doors down from the Outdoor Bowl, right across from Sam's Italian Deli area.
Yeah.
It wasn't a deli then, but it was something. And so I would spend hours at that Outdoor Bowl just playing by myself, because when you were 4 or 5 back then, it was... it's different times, as you know. You could just go, and it was a little...
No one lets their 4 or 5 year olds out of sight, really. Right
don't recommend that anymore. But I survived. I mean, you had the GE people, and that's where my grandfather worked, and all my uncles, and there was always people around, right?
Yeah.
So it was this little safer spot back then. So, and then my parents moved up, to answer your question, to the North End in 78, 79. And that kind of changed my life a little bit, made a whole bunch of new friends up on the North End, and went to St. Anne's. And you were St. Paul's
I was St.
girl,
Paul's.
So, there's no rivalry there, but we were the same.
Yeah,
we were
went
kind
to
of
the same church,
yes,
probably.
We shared a lot of resources, for sure. We had more of a rivalry with Queen Elizabeth, for sure, across the street.
Yeah.
But it was a great place to grow up, as you know. North End was just a good spot, and you go up to North Crest Pizza Villa and get fed for about $3.
Yeah. I remember having to get the note from my mom to go to there at lunch, walk over there and get the burger and fries. Gus's.
Massive. Gus, we lost Gus a couple of years ago too.
Yeah.
And he was a North End legend, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was a good spot to grow up. But the funny part about that I played a lot of lacrosse in the South End, because everyone in the South End played lacrosse. Up in the North End, all my buddies were baseball players.
I was going to say, that's probably what it was, yeah.
It was just my brother and I playing in the backyard by ourselves there for a while.
Okay.
They were all ball players, so I transitioned and played ball for 8 years before getting back into lacrosse again. So, yeah. The Shelbourne Street Bombers, we were known as.
Yeah.
And we just lost one of the legends of Shelbourne Street, Barry Killen, who you probably knew.
Yeah,
not too long ago. So
just last week, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was us and the Driscoll family, who I know you know well.
Yeah.
Amanda and her brothers, and Barry and Sean.
And Patty.
Patty,
yes, and I are the same age.
Yes, yeah. And I heard you talking about being a patrol captain, which Patty was.
Yeah.
She took over for me as patrol captain.
Okay.
So I was patrol captain the year before.
Okay,
it sounds like you and Patty dominated the North End the next year.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we held down the North End. So I met her for the first time on that retreat or whatever, that training course as well.
Awesome North End family.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. I remembered I wanted to ask you about this in '94 when Ted came back and kind of saved the team. I just wanted you to comment on that. I think he's a little modest, and I think coming from you, it might be.
So I was a player on that '94 Lakers team. Not a star player by any means, but
you were a player.
I was there. So I would have been 23, I guess, at the time, 24, and we were going to away games with sometimes 7 players. Guys were just not showing up. Some guys just quit. It was just tough times. We were drawing maybe 100 people to home games.
Okay.
And things weren't going well, and the bills weren't being paid, and we lost a coach. I think it just wasn't good. And Teddy came in. I remember it like it was yesterday. He came into our old dressing room, which was on the far side of the Memorial Centre, a great big room, kind of a cool room. It's now the Pete's office, but he came in on a Tuesday that we were supposed to have practice. Came in with Rosemary, his wife, I think Ron Keast, and a couple others. And we all sat down, and Teddy said, who was not really involved in the team that year. He sort of was just around, as he always has been, but came in and said, I'll come in, I'll pay the bills, I'll make sure everything's done if you guys commit. If you're not going to commit, then we're folding the team will fold, and we may never get it back, because once you lose something, it sometimes doesn't come back, right? Yeah. So it was a crucial time in Lakers history where the 12 of us approximately said we're in, and then 4 or 5 others then came back, sort of thing. Teddy found us a couple coaches to finish the season. I think it may have been Mark Vittorelli and Don Barry.
Oh, wow.
He paid the bills. I mean, we traveled in some of his old hardwood floor red trucks or vans to get to some games sometimes, but he got us there. Just
cram in the back?
Yep, he made it. Well, yeah, basically. And off we went, and he made it happen, and it took 10 years, exactly 10 years to build. But when the John Grant Jr.'s and Tracy Koluskis and some of these other guys started to come up, on the floor, they started to have some success. Off the floor, the building got renovated. Air conditioning came into the play. The carpet came in.
So all those things are important to the whole experience.
It was exactly 10 years later, in 2004, they won the Mann Cup.
Yeah.
10 years earlier, it almost folded.
Amazing.
And now we have what we have today because of, I think, that night, basically. It was a game changer.
That's cool that you were a part of that, eh?
A small part of it, just other than
like
saying I was there
and you were part of the team.
I'll commit to it. And
yeah.
We finished the season. We lost, I think, in the first round of the playoffs that year, like an early exit. But the key is we finished the year.
And the player engagement increased, like the ones that weren't showing up, where they started showing up. And Yeah, great.
Called up some juniors and made it work,
Okay.
So,
he's accomplished so much.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's Mr. Lacrosse. That's why they call him Mr. Lacrosse, you know. He is, we wouldn't be sitting here today.
No.
Talking lacrosse, would be talking something else maybe, but if it wasn't for Ted. And Ted had a lot of help too. I mean, but he was the one, like, I guess.
The leader kind of.
He's the one that stirred the drink, if you will.
Okay.
Or, yeah. He was the glue guy.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Well, it's an amazing organization. It's been great for the community. I'm happy to be a part of it and appreciate your time. And
well, you're a huge part of it. And going back, we're trying to figure out how many years ago that your dad stepped up. And we had some great sponsors before that, like Dowdy Concrete and some of our major sponsors. But once Century 21 took over, and that's well before I was involved officially, it's just started to grow. It's such a big brand, and it's recognizable right across the world, really. So I know John Grant Sr., who's a big part of what we do, loves that sort of brand. The Century 21 Lakers has that sort of reputation, and you know, he and others really appreciate everything.
Okay, that's nice to hear.
You guys bring to the table, because when you're involved in something in your company, others, I think it's, what would the word be? Contagious, or it spreads. People want to be involved, right? Because they're like, well, hey, if her crew's involved, then it helps us, to be honest with you, sell other sponsorships. So thank you.
Oh, that's good.
You make my job a little easier.
Wow, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you.
So I'm better off here than selling homes for you, I'm sure. So it's a good relationship, you know. But and same with your agents, you know. Carm talked about it, but the guys like the Murray brothers and Eric Bissell and all these guys that have a Lakers connection, you know, is huge for us as well.
Yeah, we're lucky to have them on our team too.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you so much. And they've got a great person with you and what you're doing for the team and the organization.
Yep.
I appreciate your time.
I appreciate it. No, thanks for having me.
Looking forward to a great season.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Thank you.